Hey man, well, actually I feel thirsty. I would like to have some water. Finally, now we can drink. This is actually how you get water in one of the most liberal cities in Europe, Brussels. It's actually treated like a product. You go to a supermarket and buy it like a cheese, milk, juice, Coca-Cola, etc., etc. And that sounds okay, right? Well, actually, that's not true. The difference between water and other elements is that water is an essential element of life, and it should never be treated as a product. You're watching Stripping Architecture, and let's strip the city down to its basic element, water.
Skopje is one of the cities where we can easily find public fountains with potable water. But why we don't see this as a common case in all other cities around the world? Well, yeah, Skopje is surrounded by mountains, it has small population and warm months, so fountains with potable water are a natural consequence. But is it really that hard to install publicly drinking water? For instance, Brussels has expensive man-made canal, complex underground railway infrastructure, developed subway system, but it doesn't have publicly drinking water? Strange, right? Don't you think that fresh water for drinking should be openly accessible to everyone, at least around places that are frequently used by the citizens, such as parks, religious temples or markets?
And we have the fountains that are part of the churches. What I like here is that this church was surrounded by fence, but they removed the fence, now it's open, and you have these little fountains to refresh yourself, and it's always streaming water, and we're gonna have water now, so you can refresh yourself. Here you go. Mosques as well. You have places where you have to go and wash before you go in the mosque, but here also in front of the mosque you have public water, yes, to refresh yourself. You see? And now we'll go to drink and wash ourselves a little bit here as well. And on the green markets we always have a nice free public fountain.
Well, some people would argue the price tag on the water teaches us how to appreciate more and value its importance. Valid argument, but somehow it is framed by the capitalist mindset. By freeing up publicly potable water, we can actually learn how to consume the water with common sense and practice how to use it in accordance to our needs, and not according how deep our pockets are. Yes, it is true, there are fountains that have constantly running water, and yes, this water is not used in the most efficient way. But let's be honest, if we want to save water, should we start by switching off the public fountains? Are we aware how much water is being wasted for the excessive meat industry, factory cooling systems, or how much water we just throw for washing our cars? On the end of the day, these fountains with constantly running water are refreshing urban oases for other creatures, and they often serve as key element for the biodiversity in the city.
As you can see, this fountain can not only be used to hydrate humans, but also is really helpful to small birds and creatures that would like to drink during the really hot summer.
A very great moment. You have a place where people can drink water, but at the same time this fountain here has another button and another faucet where you can press it and you can fill up this little pot with water for the stray dogs, cats or your pets to have a refreshing moment. Very good.
In addition to this, we in Stripping Architecture we see the city as a place where we dwell. We imagine the city as a civilized place where the basic things for life are everywhere around you and you don't have to struggle in order to find them. No individual should worry nor question its physical, financial or mental condition in order to get water. Access to water should be freely open and inclusive as much as it's possible, and not stacked and hidden behind the sliding doors of the shop, behind the frozen glass of the fridge and behind the banking transaction systems.
Important moment of this fountains for drinking water is the different height of the fountains. So you can have this standard size, and then you have this one for kids or people in wheelchairs, or if you're just shorter.
What about kids? Kids often forget things. Are they supposed to have their wallet all the time in order to drink water in public space? Or maybe they're not supposed to walk anywhere without parents and money. Water really should be the place for meeting and sharing, place for feeding the collective identity. This faucet, for example, is donation from the local fishermen to the public. On the little plaquette it says, "From the fishermen for the people." Yes, local citizens allow fishermen to use this public space more frequently than others, so fishermen are expressing their gratitude in the form of a publicly drinking water. And in this particular moment there is a hose attached for watering the plants, but if you want to drink, you just have to pull out the hose. Who will lose by having free, open and publicly drinking water? The packaging companies? Don't worry, they won't lose a fortune. On top of it, are we aware how many plastic bottles are being produced only for packaging the water? And finally, to make conclusion with this little sketch of ours that you see on the right side, usually people say that you get things for free there where people are poor, where according to us that's a full bullshit and propaganda by the extreme consumerist society.
We strongly believe that regardless how strong and rich one society is, the basic essential commodities should be for free and accessible to everybody.
Simple as that. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to share, subscribe, comment, and see you in the next episode, and fight for free, open, public drinking potable water. Bye bye.
Don't forget to drink water in this heat.